Welcome to the American Stroke Foundation presentation about our program, the Next Step program. At the American Stroke Foundation, our mission is to empower stroke survivors and their families to overcome the challenges of life after stroke. Our aim is to reach out to stroke survivors and their families across America and empower them to reclaim hope for life after stroke. At the American Stroke Foundation, we have multiple components to what we offer. We have something that we call the Next Step program, which I'll talk about next. We have in-person and virtual support, resources, and education for stroke survivors, families, and health professionals. We do community outreach. We are a clinical site for Level 2 and capstone occupational therapy students, and we participate in research. I want to talk about the relationship between health and social connection. In 2023, the Surgeon General put out an advisory on the epidemic of loneliness and isolation. One of the most powerful quotes in there was that the mortality impact of being socially disconnected is similar to that caused by smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day, and even greater than that associated with obesity and physical inactivity. I think that really highlights, we all could agree that 15 cigarettes a day is not a healthy habit. So relating the social disconnectedness impact to the 15 cigarettes a day really hones in on how harmful social disconnection can be. And then in the World Health Organization Constitution, they define health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. This is really important because at the American Stroke Foundation, we do have participants, or we talk to community partners who are healthy on paper physically. They don't have anything technically, quote unquote, wrong with them. But if you talk to them, they are not feeling like they have quality of life, or they're not experiencing joy in the majority of activities or social connection. So I think this definition is really important. Health is not just the absence of something bad, but it's the presence of something good. So the Next Step program and relating to health and wellness. The programming in Next Step is an intersection of wellness education with the power of community. We have a variety of groups and classes to improve and maintain physical fitness, communication, emotional health, cognitive performance, and a healthy lifestyle. We focus on neuroscience-based education. How do you change a habit? Knowledge and willpower are not necessarily the behaviors. When we talked about lifestyle education, the information is not new. We all know and hear about the importance of sleep and moving our bodies and eating well. But actually changing our daily routines to incorporate these new behaviors is a challenge, and it's a challenge for a very good reason, that the brain, is set up to conserve energy, and changing requires energy. So we really focus on that change education, that habit education, to stack the odds in your favor when you approach habit change. And then we all know social and community participation is a multiplier of health and wellness outcomes. Social connection, our community is at the core of what we do. The support of other stroke survivors and doing everything where you have collaborative problem solving and sharing of accomplishments and frustrations, that makes everything that much more powerful when it comes to working on achieving your goals. And most importantly, the American Stroke Foundation is a place to be yourself and a place to help others in their journey. It's very important for the people that we've met to feel like they're giving something back. And I think supporting other people who are at a different point in their stroke recovery journey can be really impactful in their own journey. We have 3 locations in the Kansas City area. We have one in Mission, the Powell Community Center, that meets Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Our other 2 locations are Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our Lee Summit location is at the Longview Community Center, and our Kansas City location is at the Kansas City North Community Center. Participants who are interested in our program can call 913-649-1776 for more information or to schedule a tour at one of our 3 community sites. A physician's release is required, and participants must be able to perform their own toilet transfer, toileting, and other personal needs, or have a caregiver present. Our program is $80 a month, and financial assistance is available. We are not medical or rehab, so our services are not covered by insurance. The program coordinators at all of our sites are occupational therapists. So why occupational therapy? The occupation in occupational therapy refers to anything you do that occupies your time. Occupational therapists are experts in habit change, which we know is more than willpower and more than knowing what to do. And occupational therapists have expertise in communicating the information in a way that is relevant to you and to facilitate success with habit change. Here are some descriptions of the groups that we have. Wake up your brain. This time is set aside for cognitive warm-up activities. It is designed to exercise executive functioning skills such as working memory and flexible thinking. Creative conversations. For participants with aphasia or dysarthria, this is a time to work on communication skills in a group setting. This time is either led by occupational therapy students or speech-language pathology students supervised by a certified speech therapist. Morning muscle moves. Ranging from 30 minutes to an hour, this time is set aside to actively warm up and engage participants' muscles and balance through various exercises and stretches. Exercise your brain. After having the opportunity to gradually work through multiple cognitive tasks and activities throughout the day, this time is dedicated to exercising adaptable thinking, planning, and self-monitoring skills. Pool group. We offer a pool group at 2 of our sites, the Mission and Lee Summit sites. All participants that choose to engage in this opportunity will be performing an exercise routine while standing in the pool with a teacher to focus on strengthening essential muscle groups. This is not a swimming class. It is a movement class standing in waist-deep water. It is also not aqua or pool therapy. Aggression and creativity. Participants engage in creative arts activities such as writing, music, and art making to help with emotional health and well-being. Music with Maggie. Music therapist Maggie visits ASF at the Mission site on the first Friday of every month to play music and sing songs with participants. Songbooks are handed out and the participants are able to request songs that they would like to sing along to. We also have a caregiver support group at all 3 of our sites. So in addition to our Next Step program and those groups that we talked about, we also emphasize neuroscience-based education. So the pillars of brain health, regardless of whether you've had a stroke or not. These include sleep, nutrition, physical movement, pain management, and resiliency. Sleep. These are just the highlights. All this stuff, can be multiple presentations, but these are just the highlights of what we talk about that may not be intuitive or, what we usually think when we think of focusing on sleep. How long you sleep is not as important as how you feel when you wake up. Assess progress by how you feel when you wake up or a reduction in sleep disturbances during the night. Sleep posture. The position that is comfortable for you may be perpetuating your pain symptoms. There is a science to finding a balance. The 3-factor model of insomnia. The factors leading to the initial changes in sleep become less relevant as time goes on. The longer a symptom is present, the more it becomes about the compensatory strategies that might now be perpetuating factors. Sleep studies. If you do not wake up feeling rested most days of the week, talk to your doctor about a sleep study. A sleep study can tell you more about sleep than just testing for sleep apnea. Nutrition. Food is medicine. Think of food as your personal protective equipment for the brain. If it all seems overwhelming, start with a green smoothie. You can't go wrong there. If weight loss is your goal, eating nourishing foods and moving your body is not enough. Stress is also a part of the picture. Food logs. Even healthy foods can cause problems. There's no one-size-fits-all eating plan. Keep a food log so that you have information to give to your support team when you're working on nutrition habits. Pain management. Acute versus chronic. It matters. Acute pain reflects imminent threat of injury to the tissue. Chronic pain reflects sensitization of the pain symptom. Don't focus on acute interventions for chronic pain. You'll end up frustrated, as will your provider. Focus on the shoulder. Leading with your hand is easier because your hand weighs less than your shoulder. Start with your shoulder to get the most benefit, even if this means you can't raise your arm as high. Focus on the hand. Touching your hand is just as important as moving your hand. If you can't move or open your hand, make sure you are touching your hand during the exercises. If your hand is closed tight, it is easier to gently pry it open by running your fingers from your unaffected hand from the wrist of the affected hand up towards the affected fingers. Yanking on your affected fingers will only make your hand tighter. Physical movement. Motion is lotion. If movement does not help with pain, what else is going on with the rest of your life? Exercising is good for sleep, digestion, and mood, so move your body. Moving with intention. What are you focusing on? Strength versus endurance versus range of motion versus stability or posture. Are your exercises actually going to help you in real life? Resiliency. This is a big category, catch-all. Feel your feelings. Feelings don't go away just because you ignore them. Vision. There's more to vision than how well you can see. If your brain is working hard on all the other parts of vision, then you are taking away resources from attention, memory, and the rest of your daily performance. Memory and attention will always be challenging in a stress state. Not feeling good will always take priority over remembering what someone said. Sensory environments. Not enough light, too much noise, too many people around you can all impact your brain performance. And your fight-flight response. It's easier to learn about fire extinguishers when you're not actually on fire. For more information, visit our website at americanstroke.org or give us a call at 913-649-1776. Take care.